And now, CCW News presents Holy Crap, This Is Actually Happening! Fully Redacted Edition, September 4th, 2022. I'm Chuck U. Farley. The big news this week is the release of the heavily redacted affidavit for the raid on Trump's personal home in Mar-a-Lago. The DOJ was so afraid that the general populace would be privy to their overreach that they even redacted the reason for the redactions. I swear, I am not making this up. The documents were so secret and so scary that the FBI arranged them carefully on the ground for a photo op, which they then posted on social media. Most of the super scary secret documents were empty folders. Some were news clippings and old magazines. The scariest of all were Barron Trump's notes from science class, which the FBI bravely recovered by tossing the child's room after they finished with Melania's underwear drawer. CNN's new management announced that they would strive to become more fair and accurate, meaning they'll be firing all the fake news peddlers, which led to the trending hashtag #BoycottCNN. The boycott had no discernible effect on the barely discernible viewership. On Wednesday, residents of Ventura County, California, were treated to an emergency alert system message stating that a civil authority has issued an immediate evacuation notice. Many citizens rightly panicked as they had no way of actually fleeing, since the Communist Republic of California has simultaneously banned gas vehicles and severely limited charging electric vehicles due to its failing power grid. I swear, I am not making this up. Even though Governor Newsom has launched an all-out slander campaign against Florida, Governor DeSantis leapt into action to offer help with the evacuation, starting by sending back all California's U-Hauls. Luckily, the alarm was a false one, and nobody actually had to leave. California residents returned to just wanting to leave as normal. While temperatures in Denver climbed into the mid-90s, the government saw fit to take over everybody's thermostats so they could fry in the heat to conserve power, proving once again that letting the government have control over every aspect of your life is definitely a great idea. Finally, it's no news that Sleepy Joe's team is forever trying to give him a better image, much like any coroner tries to make their subjects more lifelike. From ice cream to bike riding to divisive infantile language, his handlers have tried everything to fool his voters into believing that they aren't morons for continuing to support him after being fool enough to vote for him. They really screwed the pooch this week, though. During his campaign speech in Pennsylvania, the child sniffer-in-chief reminded us all that the Second Amendment was moot because the government would simply mow down the taxpayers who fund it with F-15s. No, folks, I am not making this up. Later in the week, while giving another speech written by filling out a Mad Libs where the only words allowed were Trump, MAGA, and democracy, not only did King Brandon avoid mentioning inflation, food shortages, ongoing wars, power outages, the border crisis, or even corona or monkeypox, but he literally declared war against half the citizens of the United States. To drive the point home, the Adderall-enraged old fool shouted, banged the lectern, and raised his fists while in front of a blood-red backdrop that only a supervillain would covet. While most networks smartly didn't air the performance, it was impressive enough to cause the hashtag #PedoHitler to trend on all social media. At least now we know who the spirit is that he's always trying to shake hands with after his speeches. Within 24 hours, Job-Killing Joe was back to his doddering old self, denying he said what he said while signing executive orders he never read and muttering incoherently until they turned his mic off. For CCW News, this has been Holy Crap, This Is Actually Happening. I'm Chuck U. Farley. Good night, and may God help us.